Hello, 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 my dear friends. This is Jan of Jan Hicks Creates, and I am back finally for another Flosstube. It hasn't been quite 2 weeks, and I have a feeling that may be how it is going forward. Basically, this is kind of breaking one of the rules of YouTube. I'm kind of not keeping to a schedule. You know, all the YouTube gurus say, you know, have a schedule, let people know when your next video is going to be out. I never know what day is really going to work well for a video anymore. Mostly because, like this past week, I was really concentrating on getting my next design finished and stitched and finished and uploaded and everything that goes into getting a design up. And I didn't want to basically take the time. It would take pretty much a whole day to get a video done. So I didn't want to interrupt my flow with my stitching. So yeah, it just basically depends on what's going on in my life. So yeah, there's not really a schedule. I'm about 2 weeks, a little under 2 weeks, and that we'll see. But anyways, I am back. Flosstube 123. First, I want to say thank you to all of those who purchased a grime guard or some other thing from Darlene, my friend Darlene up in Canada. She is DLK Crafts. If you remember, she is one of my giveaway donators. Is that the right word? And she was also, for any purchase made through, was it through Christmas, Darlene? I don't remember. She was donating part of the proceeds to the Alzheimer's Society of Toronto, and she did raise $100 for that. Now that becomes even more of a special gift because Darlene's father had been diagnosed with dementia, and he just passed away last week. So it all meant an awful lot to Darlene for you guys to support her like that, and that she could support the Alzheimer's Society of Toronto. Please keep Darlene and her family in your thoughts and your prayers. So much loss this past year. I know many of you can relate. I certainly can, so you know what tough journey she and her family are on. So please hold them up. You know, when you think of it, surround them with the love that they need. And Darlene, know that I am thinking of you. Let's see, what else? StitchCon 2021 is in the process, is happening. 2 weekends. I am signed up for the first weekend. I don't know where they are in the process at this point. I got my invoice on the 1st of January. I was in the group of, I had canceled last year, but I was still on the list. So once they got all the people processed who hadn't canceled, then they turned to those of us who had canceled. So I got my invoice, I paid it, I picked my weekend. Those of us that we kind of sat together last year and formed a strong bond, we are sitting together again this year with the addition of my dear friend Carolyn. Cannot wait to meet Carolyn in person. Hopefully Barb from Lost in Floss will be able to join us. There's a couple other people that are like coming in as well, but we are very excited. Now, I will say there is still the caveat of what is happening with COVID. Mike and I have made the decision to go ahead and pay the invoice, hope for the best, but, you know, we're going to see what it is come May 1st. The convention isn't until June, but I think May 1st is the cutoff date for the refund. So, yeah. We'll see, but as of now, I'm signed up and I'm excited, and I can't wait to see whichever you guys are going on the first weekend. Let me know. I wanted to mention the last video, and I forgot. The patterns from the Etsy store that I showed you, Stitches Through the Years. She is the gal that designed the Winter is Coming pattern that I finished and showed you in the last video. Flowers Feed the Soul that I started on Christmas Day, and so many others that I showed and fell in love with. Her patterns can be opened in Pattern Keeper. Now you do need to do some tweaks. She is one of these designers that provides not only the black and white symbol charts, but also the color symbol charts. I have those patterns in Good Reader, or is it Good Notes? I always get confused. I have both of them. Good Notes. I have it loaded in Good Notes. And in Good Notes, you have the ability, and in Good Reader as well, it doesn't matter, as long as you have some type of app that can edit PDFs. I deleted the pages with the color charts. I deleted the cover page, saved this new version off into Dropbox. And so when I brought it up in Pattern Keeper, it was able to bring it in. I did need to do the new functionality of confirming that the grids were all lined up properly. Again, that needed a little tweaking, but very little. And I did need to put the color numbers in. She uses all DMC colors. It's only like, I don't know, 7, 8 colors in Flowers Feed the Soul. That's the one I put into Pattern Keeper. And done in. So now I can totally use it in Pattern Keeper. So if you are looking to do that, if you have the PDF and you're looking to do that and you're just not sure what the steps are, please let me know and I can do a video on it. So there is that. I wanted to let you know, I just heard from Denise at Fat Quarter Shop. The Thankful Floss Packs finally have come back in. She is sending me the 4 that I had as one of my giveaways. So those of you that won the Thankful pattern and the floss packs, as soon as I get those, I will be sending them out to you. I don't have any sign of my Elan lap stand yet. I did put in a customer service request last Thursday for the post office to try and track it down. I know there is somebody that has been assigned to my case. I haven't heard anything more and no sign of it yet, no update on the shipping information. I did hear from one of you, I forget who it was, that posted in my Facebook group just maybe 2 days ago that you finally got your gazelle stand from them, the Artisan Design Gazelle. That is the floor stand. I think you said that yours had been shipped on December 19th and you just got it a couple days ago. So mine had been shipped on the 22nd. For what that's worth, I don't know where you are, what the distance is between Oklahoma and you. I will say I am a little peeved since Oklahoma is just 1 state away and this was shipped two-day priority. Yeah, things are still pretty screwed up in the postal system. I am trying to be patient, but patience is not one of my strong traits. So I hope by the next time I do a video, I will have it though. All right. I also wanted to let you know another Fat Quarter Shop note. Serendipity, their charity stitch along that they do with the Make-A-Wish Foundation every year, that was due to start May 1st, or excuse me, that was due to start February 1st. They have had to push that back till March 1st. If I remember correctly, they do not have all of the fabric in yet for the quilt. So it's also a quilt along as well as a stitch along. So they want to have the stitch along running at the same time as the quilt along. So they are just moving it back to March 1st in the hopes that that will come in. Again, shipping is screwed up across the country still. Fat Quarter Shop does have a note on their website that there are still shipping delays. So, patience, young Jedi. Things will get here eventually, right? I'm trying. I'm really trying. Okay. I think that is all for my notes. I do have a finish and a fully finished. My newest design And the lighting is a little yellow here. I have the overhead lights on. I'm going to try turning that off. That's better. That was too yellow with the overhead lights. Okay, so this is called Winter Cottages. This is my next design for the Cosmo Floss Packs. And I'm thrilled with how this turned out. Absolutely thrilled. So this calls for 7 colors of Cosmo Floss. I do have a DMC conversion for this as well. I have this in my store, madforyarn.com. I will have it linked below. I have sent the information to Fat Quarter Shop so that they can load the pattern PDF, and they will have a floss pack to go with this as well. I checked this morning and it is not up there yet. I don't know whether they have the floss in for this yet. I would assume since they got the Thankful restock, they probably got this as well, but who knows. Anyway, I stitched this on 30 count R&R, a piece that I had that was given to me by someone. It's called Tabby Brown. I do not know if Tabby Brown is still a color that they produce, but really it's basically a raw linen color, a brown, and I think it looks, I wanted to have kind of a rustic, cottagey, winter lodge type of look, and I think I succeeded. So it is 30 count. I did stitch this with 2 strands of Cosmo floss. I did use the loop start, and you know, the other one I did was 1 strand on 36 count, so I wanted to try out the 2 strand loop start, and I am just as pleased with how that looks as well. I am still loving Cosmo floss. So I encourage you to give that a try. Like I said, Fat Quarter Shop will have the floss pack, and I will provide the link whenever I have it. So, Winter Cottages, my latest design. I'm a proud mama. I just have this on a stand thingy. I happen to have this from, I think I got this at Ben Franklin on Oahu. I think that's the Aiea one that I got. No, it's not Aiea. Where is that? Pearl City? Is that right? You gals out there are gonna laugh at me. I did get together with my friends on Zoom, my stitchy friends from out on Oahu on Sunday. So it was only a couple of them were able to make it, but it was so good to talk to everybody. I love you guys. Talk to you again in February. All right. So I did spend a lot of time last week getting that finished, stitched, and up. But that doesn't mean that I didn't stitch other things. So, as you know, get shit done 2021, no new starts 2021. And so far, 2 weeks in, I'm doing good. I did have a new start, but it's a charity one. I will talk about that in a second. I finished. This is the square I was working on for the Prim Stitch Series from Fat Quarter Shop. So I still have some parts of the border to finish up. What I will probably do this week is I'm starting on the next square, which will go down here, is do 1 strand of the border and do 1 strand of the new square. This is one of my hour-a-day projects, so it doesn't get a ton of time, but over the course of the month, I'm usually able to get it pretty close to being done by the time the next one comes out. And this is the next square. So this is number 7. That's gonna be a cute one. I love that little church. And of course, the great big old flower pot next to it. So I will be getting started on that today. Let's see. Bring that up. All right, so this is being stitched on 25 count Lugana with the called for Aurifil flosses. 25 Lugana is the called for fabric, but I am stitching it over 1 with 1 strand of floss rather than over 2 with 2 strands. and I am still absolutely loving this adorable little piece. So that is one of my hour a day projects. My project, so as I've mentioned, I don't have the notes right in front of me, and I'll go there if I stumble too much. For 2021, for No New Starts, Get Shit Done, I am planning out a project per week that I really want to make some progress on. And I have it so that the first week of every month is going to be Farewell to Anger. That is my, that is my big full coverage Heaven and Earth Designs piece. So that's what I worked on last week. The second week of every month is going to be dedicated to one that I really want to get done this year. So this week, and my weeks are going from Saturday to Friday, with Sunday being dedicated to the Smith sampler. So I have progress on that to show you as well. And I am loving that one. More on that in a sec. Second week is Hoity Toity for me. I really want to get Hoity Toity done. So I will be showing you some progress on that. That's what I'll be working on the rest of the week. And then the last 2 weeks of the month are going to be dedicated to other projects that fit whatever theme I've set up for the month. And my theme for January, of course, is winter. So I will be pulling back out probably some of those I've started in December to make some progress on those. I'm pretty sure next week I will be working on the Madame Lafay one, the Winter Village one, Snow Village. But Farewell to Anger. So I am, as you know, I have this in Pattern Keeper. So I can I'm not really actively keeping track of my stitches other than to say I would like to at least get 300 stitches on this every day when I'm working on it. There were maybe 2 days that I only made 200 and some, but then there were some days, a couple days that I made over 400. So I think it's averaging out to about 300. Now, that still means, there's like, I don't know how many stitches in this. A heck of a lot. I won't get this. I'm hoping to have this done, a quarter done, so 25% done by the end of the year. I started working on this more or less diagonally, and I am still more or less diagonal stitching, but my diagonal is more like a cross country within the diagonal. I have found that my brain does not allow me to stay in that straight diagonal. If there's stitches close by of the same color, and of course Pattern Keeper makes it so easy to see those, I'm gonna go and do them. So basically what I'm doing is working on a strand of color at a time, maybe multiple strands for the colors that have, like this is 814. There's a heck of a lot of 814 stitches in this piece. So I'm kind of like working on all of the 814 down here. For the other colors that might not have as much, I will work on one strand or a partial strand and then within kind of this general diagonal direction, and then change to a different color. Now, I don't know, doing it this way, there's not really any rhyme or reason to staying on the diagonal. I foresee as I get further along and like down here where I might have to move the Q-snap in order to continue diagonal, I might just fill in what I can do on the Q-snap and then move it. I feel like doing it this way, I'm not going to have lines. So yeah, I'm kind of all over the place. What's new? Let me show you what this puppy looks like in case you're not familiar. The artist is Leonid Efremov. He's very well known for very colorful, gorgeous, gorgeous paintings. And this is Farewell to Anger. So I started up here. Is that right? Where did I start? Yes, in the upper right. So I am working my way down to this lamppost here. So I think I'm kind of up in this area in here. So yeah, heck of a lot more to do. So that is, like I said, the first week of every month is going to be dedicated to getting some stitches in. So basically, what is that? 3 times 6, 3 times 6, so about 1,800 stitches per week, hopefully. But like I said, I'm not writing it down any place. I'm not keeping track in that way. I just kind of notice at the end of every stitching period, every evening, how many I've gotten done. That's as official as it's getting. All right, so as I said, second week is Hoity Toity, and I do really hope to get this done. Again, this is in Pattern Keeper. Long Dog Samplers, Hoity Toity. I did not start this in Pattern Keeper. I had this in Knit Companion. And so my first night was spent bringing it into Pattern Keeper and then going through and marking everything I had already done. And I had about 20% of it done. The colors, as you can see on your screen, appears to look more orange, gold, yellow. I have a color conversion, so I pinked up the oranges quite a bit. My color conversion is on my blog. There's a page just for all of my color conversions, and this is one of them. Although I will say that I believe this picture shows more gold, more orange than the called for colors actually are. I am stitching this on the same fabric that I did Shades of Gold on. It is a 36 count mystery linen. And so you can see, even with, if those colors aren't quite accurate, I really made mine much pinker. So I have the top border pretty much done. There's a few odd stitches here and there that I missed that Pattern Keeper helps me to find. I have the house in the center done. So my conversion is, when I converted colors, they're mostly 2 Victorian Motto sampler threads. So unfortunately, it is not colors that you'll necessarily, unless you have been getting Victorian Motto threads for a while, it is not colors you'll necessarily be able to get, but you could find things that were kind of equivalent in the other over-dyed threads. So my goal this week is to, you can see I have this next to the house all done on this side. I want to get this done on this side, which I'm sure I will before the end of the week, and then start working down the side border over on this side, like I have it over here. So there is some grass underneath the house that I may try and get started on too. We'll see. So that is Hoity Toity, and I can't tell you how happy I am to be working on this again. Again, 36 count mystery linen. My color conversion of over-dyed flosses. There are some that are the called for flosses. Probably about half of them are called for and half of them are my own conversion. Oh, I did want to say a couple things. I forgot about my conversion, or about actually the called for, that I'm not totally happy with, having pulled this back out and really looked at it as I was putting it into Pattern Keeper. So you can really notice it over here on the butterfly. There is some gray, and I don't know whether you can really see it on screen. You probably can. Around the butterfly here, there is some gray. That is banker's gray. It is the same gray that is up here on these little leaves coming off the flowers. Now, banker's gray is kind of known as being one of those colors that varies a lot from dye lot to dye lot. And I'm afraid that the dye lot I am using for this is a darker one. So I may pull that out. And you can see over here on these flowers, the gray is much lighter. So it's probably a lighter section of the banker's gray. So I'm probably going to pull out what's done over here, get some lighter gray and substitute that in. The other color I'm not real happy with. Let's see. And it actually shows up better here than I think it does in person. This area in here, this kind of light gold. So over here, it's also in this leaf here and a little bit on these flowers. That is corn silk. That is the called for color. And of course, having this gold fabric means that, you know, some of the called for colors are just not playing as well as they would if you had a white background. Corn silk is a kind of a goldy, a pale goldy color. When I look at the picture, again, this is a computer generated picture. It looks much darker green. Let me show you this. You see that? So I think I'm going to pull that out and replace that. Now I will also say the blue backs on the big birds, on the peacocks, that is tropical ocean. I am using the called for, so you can see how much darker the depiction is, the computer generated, than my particular dye lot of the called for. There is some darker color here, but overall it's a much lighter floss than what it looks on the screen. So I still have some playing around to do with my colors, basically. I'm not looking forward to pulling that out, but I am not happy with it. So I need to make changes. Okay, another one of my hour a day projects is my Little Bits of Christmas by the Drawn Thread. And I am working on something like, whoops, the square version of it, but with the words love, peace, joy in the middle instead of the word Christmas. And as you can see, I got the center square done, and I've got a good start. There's another stocking here on this last square, and I will be pretty much done except for the embellishments. And of course, Santa's face. I keep forgetting. I know. I keep forgetting to pull out the DMC for that. Anyway, so what I still need for this are the embellishments. She has, whether you can see, so in the little wreath with the bird, the little red dots are red buttons. There's a little star button on the top of that tree, and I think there's a little mother of pearl button on the back of Santa's hat. And then for the letters, for the words, there's no way you can see this, but on the end of all the branches, there are little beads. And she calls for like a white cream bead. I need to get over to the storage lot and find my beads. I have a ton of size 15 and size 11 beads that I think will work. I'm sure I must have a color that will work. I don't know whether I'm going to stick with the cream or go with a red. so that I have red flowing down through this section into the bottom section. But anyways, this will be done relatively soon, probably before I see you again, probably without the embellishments though. We'll see. And then I don't know whether I'll still I might try and work on a Christmas one every month. No, I need to pull out Fragments of Time. I need to pull out La Vie est Belle. Yeah, so I have that kind of all programmed into my notes for my annual or my year of no new starts. Okay, so having said no new starts, I know, but it's okay, because I said charity ones don't count. So this is, and I'm finding the picture, this is the charity one that I mentioned from Fat Quarter Shop. It is to celebrate Black History Month. It is called Stronger Together. So you have this one with the words, and then this one with the quilt square, and I believe this is Harriet Tubman's quilt square. So this pattern comes with both the charts for both of these, as well as the biography of Elizabeth Hobbs Keckley, who let's see, she was a stylist, she was a seamstress, she worked for Mary Todd Lincoln, and then she helped with the relieved slaves, released slaves, to get them to basically to find emancipation for them. So that comes in the pack as well. So yes, I decided I wanted to be a part of this for Black History Month. 100% of the sales of this pattern will be donated by Fat Quarter Shop to the United Negro College Fund. So I definitely wanted to be a part of that, and I will be posting the link for the pattern down below. There is also a floss pack to go with it, a DMC floss pack, and I do have one of those to give away today, as well as the pattern. So this is my start. I decided to go with a kind of a raw, light brown linen. I just felt like it fit the theme better. Something a little more natural. I am using over-dyed flosses. I did not bring them here. This is the color palette. So that's the DMC. This is my giveaway. So the DMC thread pack, as well as the Stronger Together bracelet. And then there's some fabric as well. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I don't know what colors I'm using, but it is similar. The only thing I changed was the green. You can see that's kind of a, I don't know, it's 987, so it's a green, grass green kind of thing. I decided to make it more tealy. So this is another one of my hour a day projects. Okay, that is that. All right, so I have my starts from New Year's Eve to show you. First, I started during the day the Smith sampler. So this is a stitch along that I'm doing with several of you. And I have decided I love this so much that I'm not putting it away. I work on this every Sunday as much as I can, because it's just, oh my God. I decided to put it on a frame so that I could see all the pretties and it wouldn't get all scrunched up, basically. You're not seeing the colors nearly as well as I would hope. Let me get this out of the way. See if that helps. not really. So this is a 46 count linen. It's Weeks Dye Works. I want to say it's cocoa, but I'm not totally sure. It might be chestnut. I lost the paper for it. And I did not, dummy me, did not note it in my X-Stitch app, which I usually always do. I am using some of the called for silks and some of my own choices. So I have some, I mean, the called for are a mixture of Dinky Dyes and Belle Soie, NPI, and then I've added in a Vicky Clayton and a Thread Pickers. So yeah, it's a variety of different silks. I have almost the first page done here. I don't know how many pages are in it, but oh my God, I love this. And again, this lighting isn't doing it justice. I'll have to see if I can get some pictures outside of it and post it around about. And then New Year's Eve night, I started by Sampler Cove, Midnight in the Garden. So I started up here. So I just have a little bit done. This is using the Vicky Clayton Midnight in a Garden silk set. Midnight in the Garden. This is the called for silks. When this was designed, Vicky was still doing her magic. And so now that she's back, she has recreated this silk set, and I scooped it up. It's only like 3, maybe 4 colors of like purples, really dark purples. Again, I don't think it's doing its justice. But this actually is getting put away, or has gotten put away, until some unknown time in the future, basically. I don't know when. I don't have it scheduled out that far. I think I have February scheduled, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. It'll get there. But yeah, so far, so good on No New Starts 2021. I don't count Stronger Together. All right. Speaking of New Year's resolutions, I know there's a lot of you who decided on no new purchases for 2021. I'm sorry, but we're going to go shopping. Today, we are visiting a shop called Green Ginger Designs. She doesn't have quite as many patterns as some of the other ones that we've seen, but what she has are really, really cute, and I hope you enjoy it. See you in a minute. Okay, back for another Let's Go Shopping episode. Today we are looking at a shop called Green Ginger Designs. Green Ginger is, let's see, is it Deborah? Let's see, she tells me. Keep reading. Diane Machin is the name of this person. Now, this is another shop that I learned about from Marcia McGuire. She keeps me informed on all the cool stuff on Etsy. Actually, a lot of you keep me informed on all the cool stuff on Etsy, and I do appreciate that because there's so much to explore, and I can't keep up with it all. So Diane is a designer who I believe also does, has another Etsy store that does like maybe mixed media projects, fabrics. I don't remember what all Marcia said, but Green Ginger Designs is her cross-stitch shop on Etsy. She has a look that I think is kind of like Satsuma Street, although not quite. Lots of bright colors. She likes the folk art type of look. If you look at these, I think these are gorgeous. They also kind of have a, to me, an Amish hex sign type of look, if any of you are familiar with that, which I guess goes kind of along with the folk art vibe. I think these are gorgeous. And of course I do. It's, you know, the bright colors. It's a little bit whimsical. So this is her 12 Days of Christmas set, part of it, as you can see. So yeah, I'm not going to go through all of these because there's so much to look at. So this is the full set of the 12 Days of Christmas. So if you're looking for... Oh, that's rather annoying. Okay, let's go back. Oh, and then it just came up. I will tell you that I am on using my phone as a hotspot. Our Wi-Fi is down right now, so sometimes it doesn't want to talk to my phone. And of course, the lawn care guys are here today when I finally get around to doing my video. So here is her full 12 Days of Christmas set, and I think these are so cute. So if you're looking for a 12 Days of Christmas set that maybe isn't as traditional as some that you might see, look at the ladies dancing and the maids of milking, and then you have your lords of leaping, your swans. Oh, I think this is gorgeous. So that one is very much a possibility. Not anytime soon, no. And of course, a lot of her more recent ones are going to be more Christmassy. This reminds me quite a bit of the Country Cottage or Little House one. That's the Frosty Friends. Still cute though. These ones, the folk art birds though, you can see my reflection here when I'm going in between. I'm actually holding the phone in my hand, so hopefully it's not too wobbly. These folk art birds, oh, God, so pretty. And, you know, not anything real complicated. There are specialty stitches. I don't know whether I can zoom in. Looks like there's some beads here, and of course, but these specialty stitches, they're just straight stitches. They're not anything real fancy, but just add kind of a little bit of a different touch. Beads here on the bird. Very cool. I could see getting her, she has several other of these folk art ones, getting the set and doing those as a set or as maybe a trio, or I don't know how many she has, trio, duo, whatever. Handsome little peacock there. So pretty. It's kind of cool showing her stitching it. It's beautiful. I have a feeling these are all charted in DMC. Which doesn't, oh yeah, DMC. Scandi Flower Trio. Again, gorgeous, gorgeous colors. They're coming through a little bit brighter on my phone screen than they are. Sorry, I had to change the position of my hand holding the phone, so there was a little bit of a wobble there as my hand was starting to ache. It's coming through a little bit brighter for what I'm seeing on my phone screen than what I'm seeing on my iPad screen. I love that. Very whimsical. Let's see, she has some kind of tattoo ones here, Christmas cards with trees. If you like Christmas trees, there is somebody that I saw. This might have been on, there's a Facebook group called Our Sampler Years that is run by Vicky Piccolo Janet, who is the designer for... slipping my mind right now. But anyways, over Christmas, they had everybody post all of their Christmas stitching decor that they had out. And there was somebody that does, I guess, collects Christmas trees. So she had all kinds of different Christmas stitching with trees, as well as, like, you know, ceramic figurines, that type of thing with Christmas trees. And it created such a cool display. And look at these. Oh my God, look at that one. Let It Snow. Isn't that gorgeous? And I love this one. So I think that those would be cool to have a display like that and have the kind of brighter, non-traditional colors mixed in with the more traditional. This, of course, I love. Live every moment, love beyond words, and laugh every day. That would be a nice little 3 set hanging somewhere where you have room. Oh, this is cool. Oh, so pretty. Like I said, I don't have any intention of doing any of these right now, of course, or even buying any, but I have favorited this shop. I love that. So, oh, there's another All Through the Night. Is that the name of the designer that has another, has a design with this saying on it, friendship is a sheltering tree. I made that for my friend Marnie when I moved to Hawaii and she moved to England. But it's a totally different look than this kind of folk art, whimsical look. Love that. I like who I am becoming. Amen. Come on, come to me. There we go. How many of us can say that? I like who I am becoming. I hope you can. I can't tell you how many times I've reinvented myself in my 56, going on 57, I think, years. And I always like my new rendition because it embraces who I am in the moment. I love that. And of course, bright colors. What else do we have? Here's another one of the folk art birds. That is so cute. Oh. Again, not a lot of stitching, some specialty stitches, but they aren't, it's not like they're anything other than long stitches. Oh, a few different things here, some beads thrown in. Can you see a kitty over there? Oh, and look, a kitty box. Kitty likes laying on the rug buddy. Behind dark clouds, the sun still shines. Goodness, we need that right now, don't we? That's really pretty. Nice little reminder for times like these. Cute little forest animals. And I love these ones. I didn't talk about them. She has those kind of featured up top, these folk art with the white on the bright blue fabric. Those are gorgeous. So yeah, not a whole lot here, but some very bright, colorful designs. I hope you liked that little shopping trip today. What are you going to get? Anything here trip your trigger enough to hit the buy button? Like I said, this is, oh, I don't have it favorited. No, I do. Someday in the future, I will be working on some of these. Until then, back to our regular video. All right, did you enjoy that? Hope so. Like I said, I'm not getting any of them. Not yet. But I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found something that you would like to stitch. Whether you get it or not, you could always favorite to find it later. So, pretty, pretty, pretty. And again, Marcia, thank you for pointing that one out to me. All right. I have just one purchase, and then we have giveaways. I am trying to rein it in a little bit. I'm not saying no new purchases at all for 2021, but I am going to try and rein it in a little bit. So we'll see how well I do with that. What I did get though was Vicky's, again, Vicky Clayton, hand-dyed fibers. I will link her below. Set, this is solid set number 4. And I will go through these colors because they are gorgeous. I first wanted to point out, though, one other thing I got was just one of these little plastic containers to store Vicky's flosses in. You know, they come in these cute little spools. And I decided that it'd be cute to have that I've actually seen several people on her Facebook group who store her floss like this. So it's a great way not only to store these little spools, but I can look at all the pretty colors easily. Oh. I got 2 of these, and I'm going to need it after this and after the next thing I'm going to tell you about. So let's go through these colors first. They're so pretty. So they are 3 color sets, I guess I would say. These are solids, like I mentioned. I want to get them in some kind of order here, although I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see as well. So ranging from a lighter of a color to the darker of a color set. So the first one is a gray set called Xenops. So lighter gray, a little bit darker, a little bit darker, and a little bit darker still. And again, the lighting isn't the greatest here today. We've had several days of really crappy weather. In fact, it snowed in Texas on Sunday. We did not get snow here in San Antonio. The snow line stayed maybe 20-25 miles north of us, but Houston got snow, but it was cold. It didn't get above 37 on Sunday. Right now it is 48, but it's been going down into the low 30s, upper 20s at night. Brr. So yeah. It's gray, it's been rainy and cloudy and gray, and it is again today. All right, so the next set of colors is called Mermaid Blue. And so we go from a very, very pale, like even, is there any color to that, to a darker blue. I hope you can get a feel for these. And then slowly adding more color. So this is Mermaid Blue. And she still has, I think, 26 of these sets in stock in her store. They are her micros, so these are 8.7 yards of 6-stranded floss, so just like a skein of DMC size-wise. I think it is $30 for the set, if I remember correctly. So those are the blues, and then the last is pinks, and it is called Concorn. So the palest with just the faintest touch of pink to it, to rapidly getting to some more color in it. These are just scrumptious, scrumptious colors. So, add that to my collection. I still have some, like what is in this box isn't all that I have. I have bits and pieces in various projects. So, I'm probably going to need a bigger box soon, because I do have another set coming in. Somebody had asked Vicki to create a silk conversion for Winter Rose Manor. This lovely, lovely piece. I showed you this last week that I got it last week, or the last video. Winter Rose Manor by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. Very, very popular right now. And Vicki came up with a color conversion for it. So it is $55. She has, let's see, 15 colors, 17 micros, so the 8.7 yards, because 2 of the colors need 2. I assume that's probably that big pink house needs 2, Probably the white needs to as well. I assume doing it on like a 36 count. This set is $55. And she has 29 of these left in stock. I do have one of these coming to me. It is on its way. I will not be starting this. I'm thinking I might reward myself in December. Maybe this will be my Christmas Day start. Hopefully I will have finished a chunk of my whips, and this will be a nice little reward at the end of the year. So like I said, she does have 29 of those in stock. Now she does have some other conversions that you might be interested in. She has Agnes Wildrop, Ann Morrison. She has Ink Circles Growth Rings. She has Martha Dawson, 1832. She has Sampler Cove's Thriller and Sampler Cove's Spanish Rouge. And I'm sure she was that's the called for floss for those as well. And then she still has some of the other variegated and solid floss packs. So she has, if you go to her website, go to the Silk Floss Pack page, and you'll find all of those. And of course, varying prices depending on how many skeins of silk are in them, or spools of silk in her case. It's gorgeous silk. I can't recommend it highly enough. She should be putting out on, let's see, it's a 12. On the 15th is when she puts out her monthly variegated silk pack. So, I told her to just put me on auto invoice for those. I've been getting them for the past 3 months. I will be continuing to get them. So that will be shipping out to me in the not too distant future as well. Silk. Oh, the silks. You know, if the only thing I buy for the most part in 2021 is silk, that's okay. Alrighty, guys. That is it for my stuff. Now it's time for your stuff. I have giveaways. I just got a box from Fat Quarter Shop. They are so, I've said this before, they are so generous. They're generous to me and what they give me. They're generous to you and what they give you. So I just got another box. The cat's got a box with paper in it, and I got a box of stuff for you. So my first giveaway, I haven't planned out any cute little things with these, so, and I'm probably not. So it is the Stronger Together chart pack. No, this is actually the Stronger Together floss pack with the Stronger Together bracelet and the called for fabric. It's looking a little bit gray here on my screen, but it is very much an aqua blue. It is fabric flare, aqua dyed effect, and it looks like it's a 14 count. Yeah, I think that's what that probably means up there, 14. So you will need to go and buy the pattern, but like I said, 100% of the proceeds are going to the United Negro College Fund to promote Black History Month. So an excellent cause. So yeah, if you're interested in that, say, I support the cause. All right, I said I wasn't going to come up with anything cute. I may. This one is, I support the cause, if you'd like to win that. Remember, don't say giveaway, don't say winner, don't say freebie. Do say, I support the cause, if you're interested in that one. Okay, next we have, also from Fat Quarter Shop. So they are doing a Valentine stitch along and a winter thing stitch along. I'm not participating in either of those because no new starts, but this is one of them. So just my type for Valentine's Day. So that pattern. And then they have a project bag, just my type, mesh project bag. I love their project bags. I almost was going to keep this one for myself, but decided I'd give it to you guys instead. So if you are interested in getting this one, I would like you to say, I like to type. I like to type. say that. I will be searching on the word type. So if you want to come up with something else, like I'm just your type, feel free. What did I say for the first one? I need to remember this because I need to remember what I need to. All right, yes. Next, I have this past month, so December's, or is it January's? I don't know. Yeah, January's. God, lighting in here is awful today. Prim Stitch Series, chart number 6 out of 12. So this is the one I just finished. It's called Home and Hearth. So if you are interested in this one, say, take me home. I should say, stay home. Take me home. Something with home. Say home. All right, and last but not least, so if you remember, my friend Anne donated a bunch of her old magazines, and today I am going to be giving away this one, Cross Stitching Country Crafts, from September, October 86. It is missing its back cover, but the rest of the magazine is intact. So if you are interested in this one, I specifically am doing this one because somebody was interested in the school days chart. So if you are interested in this one, say something about school. Use the word school in your comment. And that's the main thing. School, home, type, cause. Use those words in some way because that is what I search on when I do the YouTube random comment generator. I can filter on specific words, and those are the words that I will filter on. And I will make sure I write them down as soon as I'm done with this video. Otherwise, I will forget. You guys will remind me, though, with all of your comments. Okay. That is all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I did remember the angel card today. So for those that are new, these are Teresa Kogut's angel cards. Angel Kindness is what they are called. You can find these on her Etsy shop. I believe Teresa Kitten Stitcher had been selling them. I don't know whether she still has them in stock. But this is a tradition. So this is today's. Think abundant thoughts. See yourself living an abundant life. God has created more than enough for everyone. Tune into your abundance. I think this is a great one for the start of the year, kind of to set the right tone. And not necessarily, to me, abundance doesn't mean monetary, doesn't mean material things. It means living life to the fullest. I am all about that. So, live an abundant life. See yourself living that life. Tune into it. And what was the chart from the store that I showed you today? Like who you are becoming. I like you guys. I like the support you give me. I like the laughs you give me. I like the stuff you show me. Just like you. I'm starting to sound like Mr. Rogers. All right, guys, on that happy note, I love you. You guys take care of yourself, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.